Welcome back to Joe Average Racer. Once again, we're here for round 7, Canada. We had a dismal performance at Monaco, and we're looking to redeem ourselves here. So we're back down to 7th in the standings from 4th and 3rd in the constructor standings. So let's see how we do.
It's nearly 10 o'clock in the morning here in Canada, where this practice session marks the start of today's action. The circuit in Montreal is built on a man-made island, which is tailor-made for some great racing. It's always enjoyable coming to Montreal as it produces an exciting weekend's racing. High speeds and tough corners means there's always a chance of a driver losing their front wing, going off into an escape road, or even heading into the gravel. In a sign of things to come this weekend, the Mercedes drivers have topped the timesheets in today's practice session.
Okay, I feel pretty good about the practice session, being it took Nico some options to get ahead of me, and that was just slightly. My teammate's right behind me, so we should have a good show here in Canada.
Good afternoon, and we hope you're ready for an exciting qualifying session as the teams make their final preparations here in Canada. The Canadian Grand Prix has been dominated over the years by Ferrari, McLaren and Williams. They have over 30 wins between them, so I expect a good showing from all of those teams here again today.
That's true, but Mercedes have such a strong package this year, it would surely be a mistake to rule them out of a chance of winning. However, Montreal is a very different type of circuit though, where you have to run the lowest downforce settings of the season so far. It's also extremely hard on brakes, so it's all to play for in today's session.
And we may have some issues with that, being we're just running a standard setup, so we'll hopefully not lose too much on those straights. We'll just have to see how it goes. What the hell was that? Oh man, I may have to start over on this. Okay, it's got me on short qualifying, so we'll see what happens here.
It's just after lunch here in Montreal. Time to put the knives and forks down. In a couple of minutes, the lights will turn green.
Well, the weather's changed. All right, looks like we're starting over.
Front wing is in a really bad state. We need you back in the pits this lap. The stewards have awarded you a 5-place grid penalty. You only need 2/10 for pole. Keep pushing. Within the next couple of laps.
smoking lap. Let's go back to the garage and see how it looks. 3 seconds ahead of my goal of 8th, but I've got a 5-place penalty, so that'll put me at 6, so I'll still make my goal. Really? Nobody's on track?
Higher up the field than we expected to be.
Guess they'll go out in a minute here. Holy smokes, I got a second over Hamilton. Guess that was a fast lap. All right, if it wouldn't have been for slowing down there to try to get away from the cars that first session.
Sebastian Vettel. It's going to put him in a really strong position for the race tomorrow.
He really knows how to put in a great lap when he needs to. And though he may not show it, I'm sure he'll be really happy to be on pole.
So it'll be interesting to see if they actually give me pole in my stats or if it's going to give me 6th place. So, but wish me luck. Here we go.
It's nearly 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's time to go racing here in Montreal. The Grand Prix de Canada was a firm favourite of Michael Schumacher, who won here a record 7 times. Many of our drivers today would be really happy just to win it once.
Anything can happen in the race, so you have to keep your feet on the ground until you take the checkered flag.
Well, it wasn't a good race for Nico Rosberg last time out. It was his worst finish of the season, so he'll be looking to bounce back with a much better showing today.
Yeah, my worst finish of the season too.
About not dwelling on poor performances. He needs to forget about the last race and concentrate on having a
6th.
good result today.
Let's be patient going into turn 1. We want to be in a good position for the rest of the race. Good luck.
Pretty good start. One thing I got to do here is try to concentrate on not burning up my tires on this first stint. So far, so good.
Here's the current fuel level. We have 40 kilos remaining. 40 kilos.
In the beginning of lap 8, I managed to get by Rosberg here, but he's fighting me pretty tough through turn 2. Kind of cut the corner here to get by him. And then on the very next lap, he's same position almost. He's hard charging here, coming up on my left. I should have gotten over.
Okay, mind you don't get caught out on this set of boots. We have started to notice some wear. We should be okay for a bit longer though.
So I struggled until lap 11 with a broken wing and then came into the pits. Give me that new wing.
Release, release.
All right, 8.9 seconds. Not great, but stayed ahead of those guys behind me.
This strategy.
And I stayed ahead of that big group of cars. A big bonus.
Hamilton now has options fitted. Hamilton on options.
And here I gained 2 positions when Massa and Ricciardo pit. Massa and Ricciardo must be doing a 1-stop. Because they came in on lap 17, which is about halfway. Entering lap 18, we see Bottas come in for his 1-stop, which promotes us to position 3. Alright, coming into the Wall of Champions here, I'm going to slow down a little bit early and try to get Raikkonen on exit, because it seems like, come on. It seems like that I've really had some good gains there.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Low chance of rain now. If the situation changes, we'll let you know. Complete. Go now.
All right, now we just hope that we come out ahead of Raikkonen when he comes into pit next lap. There's the 1-stop Bottas behind us. Holding up Bottas, which is good for us.
You have a 2-second gap to the car behind. We need to keep it clean so he doesn't get a chance to overtake. The track is clear. Green flag. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
Something's happened with Kimi here, because we're just gaining way too quick here. I don't know if he got into it with Stevens or if there was something else going on there. At any rate, we're up to P2 with 8 laps to go. How the hell did that happen? How about that? I gotta go in and find out what happened to Hamilton on lap 31. Second win of the season. Either I'm getting better or these guys are just having more troubles than I am. I did have that wing incident at the beginning, and luckily that came within a couple of laps of a pit stop that I was going to normally take anyway, so
it's Sebastian Vettel
I'll take the
who
win.
brought home the race win today. He mastered the conditions and produced a dominant drive to take the win.
It really was a wonderful performance, and one that the team will be celebrating for some time to come.
Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
I was a little sidetracked by Hamilton coming out of the race, so I really didn't look at the standings here much, but we really took it to Mercedes and Williams in this race, gaining a lot of points. Okay, so we moved from 7th up to 5th. We're 1 point ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He really got taken on this one. And we moved up that spot in the constructors, so pretty happy. Okay, here's a replay of Lewis Hamilton's, I believe to be a part failure, because it just turns right, and then it just, as soon as he hits the wall, I tried to look and see if he blew a tire, but I don't think he did. Something just broke inside the car. We got a really good start this time. Of course, that didn't hurt that we kind of cut inside those guys. Other than our incident early in the race, we had a really good race, so I'm pretty satisfied with it. Hope you enjoyed watching this edition of Joe Average Racer in Canada. We'll see you next time, and go Tigers!